What up, Laker Nation? You're with your boy Kareem, better known as Doc. Your host for the day. I've been going a while. I appreciate the guys, support who've been supporting me. I need you guys to continue supporting me. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I will be doing a live this week. Today it will not be some Laker news. I will be talking about Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. I'm big on exposing these organizations, these front offices. They make the same mistake over and over and over. I'm going to break down Washington Wizards situation real quick for all you guys out there. I want you guys to see how these organizations be incompetent and mess things up. Now, the media wants Bradley Beal out of there. Everybody's screaming, hollering. They want Bradley Beal. Different teams going after him. He's the hottest name right now, right? So Washington in a bad spot. You're losing. You lost Thomas Bryant for the year. Y'all just not clicking. So my thing is this. I'm gonna break down where they made mistake. Let's just say going to this year, the season when it started. Now the season started. I'm going to break down all their mistakes. So, for one, they give Davis Bertans an $80 million contract. You give a man $80 million contract, he come off the bench because he don't have no real position. He's not a small forward, and he at the four, he's not physical enough, and he don't even play any defense. So he best suited for the bench. So you pay a guy $80 million off the bench, knowing right now you're in a win now mode. But see, Washington's confusing because they tell their fans they rebuilding, but you don't have no real top flight young players. You have Troy Brown, Denny Avia, and Rudy Achimura. None of them is no blue chip player. All of them is basically role players in NBA. All of them, that's basically what they is. So if you have that, and you have guys like John Wall and Bradley Beal in a weak Eastern Conference, you build around that. You should be in win now mode. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have the blue chip young players where you say, okay, in 3 years we're gonna be good, which y'all not, because y'all don't have no blue chip young players. So that rule don't apply to y'all. So if that don't apply to y'all just should go to the route where y'all should win now. So now if y'all should try to win now, number one, I would have never gave Davis Bertans that money. That's for one, because like I said, y'all win now and y'all could have made a move and did something else. Number two, y'all signed Robin Lopez to $7 million, $7.3 million, which was stupid to me because it ain't a bad contract, it ain't too bad because it's a 1 year deal. But if you look at it, you had Hassan Whiteside out there and you had DeMarcus Cousins out there. Now, I'm going to break down those two guys compared to him. What do Robin Lopez do great? He's not a great rebounder. He's not a great shot blocker. He's not a great scorer. He don't do anything great. Robin Lopez, every year for the last 5-6 years, whatever, you're going to see the same 6 points, 5 rebounds. That's just Robin Lopez. Nothing special. They teams love him, I guess because of his personality, but I don't get it. You give him 7 with that money. You could have got DeMarcus Cousins and someone else. DeMarcus Cousins had got a minimum contract. Hassan Whiteside got a minimum contract. Now the minimum contract is what, $2 million? So you had $5 million to play with. So you could have got 2 good players for that money. You could have got a backup point guard, which you guys need, and you got a minimum deal with Cousins. Now, at least Hassan Whiteside, where he great at? He's a good, you could say almost great rebounder, and he's a great shot blocker, and he's a lob threat. He's a better player than Robin Lopez. Now, Robin Lopez mentally probably is a who organizations probably side with, but I would have went that route. He was cheaper route, and he's a better player. Well, both him and Cousins. So that's a mistake they made. Now, if I was Washington, now what I would have did. Now, yes, $7 million. I would have signed Rajon Rondo for my backup point guard, because at the time you didn't know how things was gonna go with John Wall because his injury history. Rajon Rondo, and you could have had DeMarcus Cousins for the minimum deal. So now you figure you go, okay, DeMarcus Cousins, he's cool with um, Rondo, so he'd easy signed it than John Wall did. He had two of his guys there he'd want to sign. And then Bradley Beal looked over and said, I got an all-star right here at DeMarcus Cousins where he's going to get himself together. And in the later months, he's going to get better and better each month go by. When he look over and see Robin Lopez, he's like, I got this bum on my team. He don't look and see no hope with Robin Lopez. When Bradley Beal looked down and he said, okay, in March, April come, he don't look and be like, okay, well, Robin Lopez, he gonna turn it up, or if we get to playoffs, Robin Lopez, he look at it like it's a lost score. But with Cousins, it give him hope. So now, this is how organizations need to think. Even if I'm on the verge of losing, now you put in COVID. When the fans come back, you don't want to bring on a losing product. You're in the weak Eastern Conference. You can make some noise. You got the blueprint. You got two all-star players. Now they trade John Wall for Westbrook. Now you got a bigger superstar come in the building. A guy who an MVP in this league, Mr. Triple Double. You bring in Russell Westbrook. So now let's say put this team together. I want you guys to see what I'm saying. Now, you bring in Russell Westbrook for John Wall. Now, let's say you got Russell Westbrook now. You got Bradley Beal. You got Denny Avia, Rudy Achimura. You got Thomas Bryant. You got DeMarcus Cousins. Let's say, okay, you got Davis Bertans. You got Rajon Rondo. That's definitely a much better, and Troy Brown. That's definitely a much better team right there. So now, what I'm going to do, I'm still going to try to save the Washington Wizards. What I would do if I'm Washington Wizards, to keep Bradley Beal there, I would trade Davis Bertans and Robin Lopez for Draymond Green. I think that trade will help both teams. I think Golden State will do it because Bertans is a much better outside shooter in Golden State, and I think that he fit their system. I think Golden State will probably miss Draymond leadership, but he hasn't been doing anything in the past couple of years as far as leadership or anything. So I don't think they really miss that. But I think the outside shooting with Bertans, I think that they will love, and they get Robin Lopez as a salary fill or whatever. But and Washington getting Draymond Green, now you got Draymond, and you got Draymond with Westbrook and Bill. Now you feel like, okay, we got a couple guys here now. Because the guys in the NBA, it's clicked up and they go by names and different things like that. Okay, so now, boom. Now, the second step I make, I would trade for Hassan Whiteside. Sacramento ain't doing anything with him. They willing to get rid of him. I would trade for Hassan Whiteside. I would trade a player, whoever, for Hassan Whiteside. That deal will work, right? And then, like I said, when Chris Dunn come back, it's going to get a little crowded in Atlanta. It's going to be a little crowded. And I would trade Ish Smith and You know, another piece that I can't really think on it. Watch on it, maybe uh, Ishmith and maybe Mo Wagner for Rondo. You know, and now look at your team. Now if you bring in Rondo, you bring Draymond Green, and you bring in Hassan Whiteside. Now Bradley Bill feel like, okay, even if they don't win, but when you feel you got players around, or you feel like we just need time, eventually we'll click. Now you have Westbrook, you have uh, Rondo, Draymond Green, Whiteside, Rudy Archimura, Denny Avia, Troy Brown, and get another veteran small forward. Maybe you could pick up Trevor Reese in the buyout market. Now you rolling. Now you rolling. Now you feel, hold up, we make a nice run. Now you go to starting. Let's say you go to starting lineup. You go, hey, you put Whiteside out there at the center, and Draymond at the power forward, Denny Alvea at the three, Bill Westbrook, have Rondo come off the bench, have Rudy Archimura, Troy Brown come off the bench, and let's say you pick up a Trevor Ariza. Now you something. That's why I just want these general managers to think about. You want to keep your star player, put him around some guys. Put him around some guys, especially if a guy like, okay, Draymond is not all that right now, but I definitely think he will be big in Washington. He'd be definitely much more impact than what Davis Bertans doing right now. Much better. He defend better. The locker room, he'd be much better. Y'all guys who know basketball know that would be a much better. They'd be all right with that. The team pick up Rondo because I believe when Chris Dunn come back, Trey Young, I think that Rondo will be on the block. It's easy. You can Sacramento might cut Whiteside, but it's easy to the Whiteside. You can make these moves. It's easy to get Trevor Reeves. There's a lot of small forwards out there that Washington could pick up. Washington not in a bad position like they think. They just have to just make a move and do what they have to do to keep Bill. Because Bill is official. Bill is a great player. I like Bill. And they'd be crazy to lose him. Because he giving them a chance. I think he loved DC. I think he wants to stay there. You already got him and Russell Westbrook. You got the blueprint already. You got two guys who get it done. So I need you guys to like, subscribe, show your boys some love. Also, go to the Beat 139. We got a lot of big interviews. Go to that. Subscribe to the Beat 139. Peace.